So, don't know if any one of you have already been to see The Sound of Freedom, but my friends and I just walked out. Hi. And we are curious what your experiences were in the movie theater, because we pre-ordered our tickets, paid for them, they were claimed, got the link sent, and this is an AMC theater in Pineville, North Carolina. Some point today, the tickets got refunded to my friend and we couldn't figure out why. So we come anyways to the theater after dinner and they're like, oh, well, we refunded all the tickets because there's no air conditioning in our theaters. Okay, whatever, we don't care. Are you still showing it? Yeah, you can still watch it. So we get to thinking, why did they not send out a notice in the email saying, hey, we refunded your tickets because there's no air conditioning, and we just are curious why didn't they let us know? There was no one in that theater. There was us four and four other people, 8 people in the theater on a Friday night. There was air conditioning in the lobby, there was air conditioning in the hallways, there was air conditioning in the bathrooms, not the theaters. They don't have the bartender or anything in the theater. I smell something stinky, and I think it's shit.
So is The Sound of Freedom, the amazing hit movie exposing international child trafficking, getting intentionally sabotaged? It would appear so. I mean, that kind of testimony that you just heard seems to be happening with some suspicious frequency across the country.
So my fiance and I just watched the movie Sound of Freedom that exposes sex traffickers. And do you want to tell them what happened in the movie theater?
All right, AMC, I don't know what's going on here, but first off, the AC was out like when we went to watch the movie, and I'd seen someone else post something too that also saw it at an AMC, and their AC was out, and like as soon as we walked into the theater, it was hot as heck.
I
The
literally
AC
brought a
was out.
sweatshirt and I was like sweating.
And then we realized, like, it took us a while to actually realize it, but they didn't turn the lights off.
They literally had the lights
They
on.
kept the lights on the entire movie.
Who does that?
Like,
They don't want you to see this movie.
they were trying to make it like not enjoyable.
No.
Like they were trying to make it unenjoyable.
What do they think? We're just going to be like, oh, the lights are on, we're going to leave. Like, no. Go watch Sound of Freedom in theaters now.
Even Newsweek is reporting on suspicious activity happening in theaters around the nation showing the film. Here's video of an actual, I kid you not, of an actual theater evacuation.
So I've been seeing all over TikTok that people are going to watch the movie The Sound of Freedom, and these weird things are happening, like random emergency evacuations, the air conditioning not working and having to leave the theater. And I thought, no, that's probably just something that's happening in other theaters and other places. So I took me and my daughters to go watch The Sound of Freedom today, and about an hour and 20 minutes into the movie, we get a random emergency evacuation. None of the staff knows what's going on. The mall wasn't being evacuated, just the theater. All they did was refund us our money with no explanation. But I guess you can call me a conspiracy theorist.
So there you have it. I mean, there does appear little doubt that movie theaters across the country showing The Sound of Freedom have indeed become the setting for a series of peculiar occurrences, leaving moviegoers, shall we say, rather perplexed. Numerous reports have emerged of moviegoers experiencing bizarre disruptions, including ticket refunds, sudden fire alarms, malfunctioning air conditioning systems, and other unsettling incidents. Now, if you've been living under a rock these last 2 weeks and don't know what we're talking about here, The Sound of Freedom tells the true story of Tim Ballard, a Homeland Security special agent on a mission to combat international child sex trafficking. I've seen it. I got to see it over the weekend with my wife. No issues reported on my end as far as the theater is concerned. But I got to tell you, it was an amazing film. It was absolutely riveting. I said this before in a previous video. It's an excellent movie. Again, this is apart from the amazing message. I was just so impressed, blown away by the top-notch level of movie making. Jim Caviezel gives an excellent performance as Tim Ballard, the former government agent who plunges into this dark, seedy world of international child trafficking. Now, be warned, the movie, again, is extremely intense and does not shy away in the least from the disturbing nature of this horrific multi-billion-dollar industry. International child trafficking is the fastest growing illegal industry the human race has ever witnessed. And the movie does an amazing job of exposing this dark and seedy world precisely in order to raise awareness. And by raising awareness, bring this wickedness to a final and decisive end. And of course, I mean, you would expect this to be pre-political, right? I mean, we would expect support from both ends of the political spectrum for such a noble cause. And thankfully, we're seeing that. God bless her, the left-wing singer Jules. She's praising the film, telling her fans that they have to see it. It's absolutely one of the most inspiring films they'll ever see. And Variety, they gave a great review. They explicitly stated, while the film is being marketed to a conservative audience, you certainly don't have to be a conservative to be extremely impressed and moved by this film. Again, the message of the film is as pre-political as you could possibly get. There's no excuse to try to recast the film as a bunch of right-wing propaganda, but that, unfortunately, is exactly what the rotting, dying legacy media is doing. Legacy media, in almost unison gargle, swiftly labeled the film as a right-wing extremist production, discouraging their dwindling audiences from attending. The latest to join this hall of shame are the left-wing activists over at Forbes. They want to dissuade what's left of their audience from seeing the film because it's just one big QAnon conspiracy theory. But the beauty is it's not working. You're going to absolutely love this. All of these bizarre occurrences and legacy media slanders are only making the movie more popular. Patriots across the nation are rising up, just like the amazing patriots who are dear friends to this channel, and that's the makers of Old Country Soap. Made on a farm in South Dakota using traditional techniques, they only use locally sourced special ingredients, natural ingredients without the harsh chemicals that can dry out your hair and skin. Every bar includes pure and unfiltered bentonite clay that works wonders, helping to soothe and relieve dry and sensitive skin. It's known for its healing properties. It helps with psoriasis, eczema. It also pulls dirt and oil from pores, helping to clear up acne. I mean, it's amazing stuff. It works great for hair. You can use it to shave. It's safe for your pets. You will definitely want to welcome this great American-made all-purpose soap into your wonderful homes. And to make it even better, all purchases include a shower-enhancing, exfoliating, sisal fiber soap bag. It's a far better alternative to store soaps, and actually very reasonably priced compared to other natural options on the market. You'd be pleasantly surprised. And of course, to top it off, it's made in the good old USA. Use promo code Turely for an exclusive 20% discount off your order, and every order will include an extra gift. Just pay the shipping. It's more than worth it, so go ahead. Reward yourself with this amazing Patriot product. You will not be disappointed. The Sound of Freedom has once again soared to the #1 box office spot, knocking off the horror phenom Insidious. The Sound of Freedom, of course, debuted as the #1 film in the nation, officially beating out the likes of none other than Disney's Indiana Jones in what Newsweek called an incredible box office coup. Well, the movie has once again surged to the position of top film in the country. Just to give you a sense of how things are going here, Insidious, which was the top grossing film, earned upwards of $37 million since its release, while Sound of Freedom has now officially reached upwards of $46 million since its release back on July the 4th, just a week ago. So it's an astonishing success story for sure, and it's a success that means that Angel Studios, the distributor of Sound of Freedom, they plan to expand its theatrical release to 300 additional theaters. Now, keep in mind, Sound of Freedom is crushing the competition, even though it's being shown in only half the theaters that movies like Indiana Jones are showing in. So Disney's Indiana Jones is at every movie theater in the nation, and it's showing often in several different theaters inside the theater at the same time. So you can go to a showing pretty much every hour on the hour of the day. Sound of Freedom is only in a limited number of select theaters, and it's showing in a single theater at a time. and yet it's crushing the whole of its competition. It's really amazing stuff. It's a miracle. It's a box office coup, as Newsweek would put it, and as more and more movie theaters open up to show it, it looks like it's a coup, whether the elite like it or not. That's just getting started. Are you ready to join the resistance? Because I'm leading a group of dedicated, courageous patriots who can lead a spearhead into the heart of the secular globalist establishment. We punished Bud Light and Target, driven CNN and the legacy media to near bankruptcy, forced BlackRock to backtrack on ESG, and now we're seeing our conservative-dominated Supreme Court ending affirmative action and protecting religious liberty. In my Insiders Club, I show you concrete steps to take locally and online that will only keep this mass uprising going until the battle is won. Don't wait. Click the link in my description below and join my Courageous Patriots Insiders Club today.